In today's fast-moving industrial landscape, businesses are not competing on scale or innovation, but they are competing on people. And building the right team has been one of the biggest differentiators for them. Hello everyone, I am Shweta, and in this episode of Leadership Lounge with the CEO magazine, we are joined by Mr. G.S. Ramesh, the founder and chairman of Layam Group, who brings with him over 4 decades of experience across the corporate and entrepreneurial world. From his early years working with the Tata Group to leading HR at Hyundai Motors India to building Layam into a large workforce solutions organizations, his journey brings a unique perspective on people, performance, and scale. In this conversation, we will be talking about his journey, his thinking behind building a people-centered organization, and how the workforce landscape has evolved over the years. Let's welcome Mr. G.S. Ramesh. Hello, sir. It's a pleasure to have you with us today. So, how have you been?
Nice, thank you so much. I just arrived Delhi yesterday, Gurgaon.
Okay.
Today I'm here in front of you.
Okay, sir. So, sir, you have had a long and diverse career across different industries. So, if you were to look back to those days, what were the influences that shaped your thinking and approach?
Honestly, if you really recall down memory lane, I started my career 1977,
Okay.
April with Tata's. So the journey started from there, and I ended my professional journey with Hyundai. So 20 years in Tata's, 12 years in Hyundai. So obviously, when I started with Tata's, the first attempt, I am from South. So basically, people always think South Indians are very safety conscious, safety minded. They don't take risk. So when the interview, they asked me where you want to start. The person who was interviewing was a very senior person. I said, where you started, sir? He said, I started in Dhanbad, Jamadoba. I said, I'll start there. So he was shocked. You are a South Indian, you want to go to Dhanbad? I said, yeah. And I started my career over there. And I even told him in a light rain, I would like to finish my career where you are sitting. So he was laughing at me. But that period has been very interesting. Staying and also the learning curve in Dhanbad, especially coal mines, absolutely rugged environment. You will find all the miners, mostly so-called in today's parlance in bikinis, they used to wear very short pants and short things, and they used to go underground. So it was a difficult terrain, but you understand the value of life and essence of human being, how much they are struggling, how they have been able to do things. So I was there about 6 or 7 years, and that period, a good learning happened about the human being and how much they have been struggling, and they were also becoming victim of money lending, and paying interest to the money lenders, which was never ending, in spite of it has finished. So I started getting involved, trying to help them to come out of those money lending clutches. So many people advised me, don't get into all these troubles, otherwise you will be killed in any time. But I had that urge. Maybe by birth I have been a very enterprising person. I don't know. I said, why not? I always believed one thing: death comes once. You can be killed only once, but you cannot die every day by compromising your consciousness and other things. So I took that challenge, and it was a very good experience as a HR. At that time, we used to be called personal managers. Now only it is HR. At the time, it was personal managers. I started as a trainee. So I learned so many things that if you are really sincere and honest to yourself and to others, the relationship is very strong.
Yeah.
And they really give life for you. When they believe that, yes, this person will be there for me when I am in crisis.
Yeah.
After all, people look up at the executives or managers with a trust and belief that they are there for us,
Yeah.
which now slowly eroding.
Yeah,
People
of
are
course.
becoming in a different parlance now. So that period, then I came to Jamshedpur. I was in the steel plant. For a short stint, for 3 years, I was in Delhi in Government of India Enterprises.
Okay.
Again, I was back to Jamshedpur. And then I joined Hyundai. I was the first Indian in the Hyundai in Chennai to set up the complete plant from the grassroots, that means land, to what the plant is for 12 years. So there is it's like in a knowledge parlance, rag to riches. You know, from coal mines to multinational, you travel. So you go and see so many cultures.
Yeah.
You were in coal mine culture,
Yeah.
totally different. You come to steel plant culture, different. Then government culture, different. Then you are coming to multinational culture. So I can only say I've been very fortunate to get these kind of opportunities.
Yes.
And this really gave me a very good input about the essence of life, how to deal with people. That's why now in the today's parlance, I say HR means not human resource, honesty in relationship.
Yes.
You believe in relationship, that's more important.
Okay, so sitting here, when you look back, did you always plan to build something like Liam, or was it something that just happened over time?
See, I have been basically, I'm an Aryan and a creative person.
Okay.
So I have a habit of nurturing and developing. I had no intention, honestly, to get into the zone of business
Okay.
because when I finished my professional career, to the extent when I thought that's enough now, I should do something else. The basic idea of the lion coming into origin is I wanted to give back to society.
Okay.
The society gave me so much. Why not to give back? Now, how? See, it is very easy to get the best in the country,
Of course.
but there is nobody who is taking care of the people who are down below and for whom joining a big company is a dream. Nobody is trying to help them,
Yeah.
you know? So if you say, I have got all best people, I always say that is not success. You get the average and make them best is the success.
Right.
So with that philosophy, I started my company that I must give opportunity to such people who could not complete their studies because of economic reasons, who could not do so many other social reasons, to give them an opportunity and to make their life more successful. So I created a model that I picked up people who could not complete their diploma, ITI studies, and pull them into my company and place them in different industry as trainee. So basically, I started training, give them on-the-job training. So once they got the skill in their hand, they started developing and they became successful in their life. This concept I started way back in 2007 and 8. Now only we are talking about scaling, upscaling, all those things. But at that time, I never had those kind of things to in mind. My mind was to just give back, give opportunity to those for whom I can give happiness and give a social status. Maybe it looks to be very philosophical, but I thought when I had everything, why can't I give back? And for with that reason, the lion came into origin. Lion is basically lay. In Hindi, rhythm.
Yes.
And then Om, the ultimate solution. So in a rhythmic way to get the ultimate solution in life is called Layam. It is not very westernized name or something. No, it is purely emotional. It is more from heart than head.
Okay.
That is the way this company started. We have a large family size of more than 15,000 people working. Layam deputed in different places.
Okay.
We have also got our footprint internationally. We have opened in Australia and we intend to open in New Zealand and Japan also.
So you spent around 40 years in the corporates in different sectors, but around 40 years before you started Layam. So how would you describe that phase of your life?
My life with corporate has been very interesting in a sense. You know, at that time when we joined a large company, there was a sense of pride. Getting job in Tata, pride.
Even now it is.
Even now it's a pride.
Yeah.
But at that time, we used to really make an effort to achieve something because we didn't have too many options in the market like today.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So to say, like your present is living for today, we used to live for future. You know, we used to struggle for future, that our future should be best, not today. Today's, you call it Gen Z, they live for today.
Of course.
And they want to be satisfied because they have opportunity and options in the market. And information has been very strongly now available. At that time, we used to struggle to collect the information. So the corporate readiness, corporate growth has been a kind of, learning curve for anyone who wants to build his career. And the most important thing is the right attitude with the right commitment and with the right intent to do things in corporate line. Yeah, because everywhere we are human beings. Psychologically, we have an intent to always manipulate things, you know, and we live in a life of pretension. Half the time we pretend. We don't want to be natural, you know. So you would have heard about corporate politics, corporate dynamics, corporate, so many things. So you learn so many things, and how you carve your path and become successful is your actually the achievement which you try to build up with a good name and come out respectfully. That's very important in a corporate world. So I always believed in one thing from the start, maybe because of traditional culture, because we have been brought up in such a manner that ethics and morality and intent has to be clean. It should not be mixed up with anything. And if you are too straight, people are not very comfortable.
Yes.
They feel he's talking very straight. But if once you are too straight, you are comfortable because you don't have anything to, now I am 72. I don't look 72, right? So I still remain young because I don't carry any baggages in my system.
Yes.
Because I don't carry. If I feel comfortable, I say. If I don't feel good, I talk to him. I'm not feeling comfortable with you. Let's sit down, sort it out. And that is, the massaging of ego has become a nowadays too frequent. People, we are using ego as more of a negative connotation. I should not say negative, but still it goes on. But if you take ego as a very positive note, it's one of the best thing in life God has given us. That's why I even intend to write a book on that I would like to trying to release it shortly on a positive ego. You must use your ego at the right perspective, not for a wrong perspective that way. So corporate culture has been nice. Learning has been good. See, like I told you, I was in coal mines, very rugged environment, drinking, money lending. I learned so many things. We are not used to all those, that environment. And I can give you one example, if you permit. They used to, I used to walk through the miners' colony to my place where I was staying, the mess or officers' hostel. So the wives of those miners used to come. This fellow is always drinking, throwing money here and there. You know, at that time I did one strategy, which is normally not shared, but I'll tell you. I told all the ladies, do one thing: whoever drinks too much, bring him, tie him in the tree, and don't allow him to go. And you'll be surprised. This I tried just for in a very lighter vein. I said, like say, I found 6 of them tied three. They were not allowed to leave till they apologize. So we create unknowingly a revolution,
Yes.
you know. And they got very scared that now if I drink and go like that, this ladies gang will tie us and they will create. So you enjoy doing all those things. If you bring any social change, that itself quite nourishing and you feel happy. I always say in life, our main format should be give flash of happiness in people's eyes. Suddenly, if I give you a Cadbury's chocolate, you will be shocked and happy. Correct?
Yes.
That flash, the more you earn, that is the thing which your success story. I always say you must earn, share happiness, give happiness, and earn blessings. And that is the only success story. We may talk so many jargons. Obviously, if I have to talk very professionally, I can give you 100 management jargons.
Yeah.
But in reality, heart to heart, we are basically Indians.
Yes.
We may pretend to be too westernized, but heart to heart, we are Indians.
Yes, of course.
And our heart always look for genuinity and become satisfied when we see which is inner feeling.
Yeah.
Outer, we try to pretend to keep ourselves with the society, right? And that is the thing, the gap we struggle with. My many youngsters today struggle. They want to keep pace, like in the social media, likes and dislikes. I don't know why they are running for it. If you are running for likes in a lighter vein, I always say that means you think you are not your ugly person. Why you are thinking like that? You know?
Yeah.
That's the way I feel that every day morning if you get up, go to the mirror and say, I love you. How many times you have tried? You have never tried to love yourself. You always look at the mirror and say, he looks more better, he looks more better, I am looking like this. Why? God has given you this nice, whatever you have been bestowed, you must appreciate, respect and love, which we have forgot. Today we have forgotten. The whole world has become too artificial,
Yeah.
So corporate culture has been interesting from zero to end. What I enjoyed all, like it's not that I am not modern, but I don't get influenced by so many things because I want to be what I am. My way is different way. It cannot be some other's way. That's my style. And that is the way I've been able to establish my credibility in the system.
So you have had a satisfied career, like you said, you enjoyed every part of it. So after retirement, you chose to build Layam. What was the motivation behind?
I told you now, the motivation was one, I had a fire in the belly. I was quite young, becoming old, and I thought, why to sit tight? Let me do something more better for the people. And with that intent, I thought, if I am able to, nurture one person who is totally not got the opportunity in life, in society, if I'm bringing him up, that is a success story.
Yeah.
So my intent was as much as I can, like I say, I tell my son also, Mr. Rohit, who is director, somebody asked me what business you are. I said, I am in a very simple business. 15,000 employees working in that, 15 into 3, 45,000. 45,000 stomach every month I feed. So the more I increase that feeding, the God is giving me opportunity. That is only my success story. Money will come, go.
Yeah.
I always believe you should not chase money. Make yourself such the money chases you. and you should give more. And if you are able to feed and take care of the people, I am blessed.
Yeah.
God has given me that opportunity to do, no? If we are not able to feed 5 people, if I am able to feed 45,000 stomach every month, that is a blessing. So, at the same time, intellect part, we try to create these kind of souls to be ready for corporate world, to be ready for industry, to be ready for society, elevate their social status. And I'm very happy, that when I set up Hyundai, I was given opportunity to pick up the best from the market. I said, no, I will take average people. So the complete South and India, I picked up from 2-tier, 3-tier city college boys. I didn't pick up IITs or no. I didn't pick up. We picked up some, but majority of that. All those today are the rock stars in their company.
Yeah.
And you feel so happy to see their family, their life, those who are having many people, father were, mazdurs, masons. Today, when I see that boy taking his father in the car,
Yeah.
you can see in their eyes that pride, that success. And what else you want? You have been able to give that society. So my intent and my philosophy is totally different than the way they present commercial world.
Yeah.
I am too commercial on heart, not on head. And
When you started out, what were the challenges that you had to come across?
obviously, challenges means, I was in HR. So suddenly HR starting a business, people are not ready.
Yeah.
And they think HR means recruitment. And they thought that so many HR consulting, one more has come.
Yeah.
Nobody had thought that I have different vision. I never intended to restrict myself only on consulting. We have gone into contract manufacturing. We now manufacture electric buses for Tata Motors in their plant. We do for Ashok Leyland, their trucks, complete production line we handle. Mahindra's complete validation testing. So we do many niche business.
Okay.
So challenges per se, if you can say, I did not restrict myself to only one place. Because as I explained you, I was not interested, or many people may not agree to me, that I have to earn money. I was more interested to create. I had 2 things in my mind. One was, I can share now very openly, now I've become very old, so everywhere when we talk, we only talk about westernized culture, westernized management, westernized style. Nobody talks about Indian brain, Indian consulting, Indian management system, nobody. So I purposely kept Layam name. I did not kept any westernized name. Then I had a great intent. Layam should be known one amongst all those tops, so-called Western companies, consulting firms. That was my intent. Why Indian brain builds the globe. But here when we talk, we try to impress others by taking Western names.
Yeah.
We never try to talk about Indian names. You want me to give this talk, you would prefer that I should give few Western names, Western thing. Why? The brain is here. Everything is here. Why should I go there? So I have been slightly rebel by nature because I decided no, I will establish a firm which will be known as a purely Indian firm. So many times I got an opportunity for mergers, a foreign company. I said no. You will be surprised. I opened in Australia, Melbourne, company in the name of Layam. There also it is known as Layam. I want Layam to be known. The Indian company is walking through global.
Yeah.
It's a very challenging task. It's very easy to say, but I just thought no. Well, I'm very stubborn. And I am very, you can call it ambitious even at this stage, but I don't want to leave it. Why? Why can't we? So that was one of the major points which pushed me that no. Second, I also thought when I am creating in industries, why can't I also build and try to provide them some kind? See, nowadays, you see the entire labor market is changing.
Yes.
Everything is changing, and every day you are hearing so many incidents, stories about the wages, etc. You feel bad. Honestly, you feel bad. So I thought, why can't we try to hire and give them a good opportunity? So I can proudly say that whoever is working in my company, they have got a equal facility status like a larger company. In no way less. I don't pay less salary also. I give them all facilities. It was my inner urge, maybe enterprising spirit, or I wanted to create. Why not? So I did. So it's all very stubbornness. It has nothing to do with a commercial business venture. I wanted to give back. I wanted to create. And these are still I have the same mind. I want to again expand and create more. That is only my intent, nothing else.
Layam has grown into a, large organization. How would you describe the journey? How was it like?
Very interesting because when we started very small, we never thought that we had a vision, but reaching was not so easy because very competitive market, you have to be that. So first of all, we created that hygiene factor will be the best. Hygiene means on integrity, honesty, discipline, our Layam team will be the best. Layam culture will be different. So we created like Japanese has got a Toyota way. So I created a Layam way culture. Each one should be. You'll find everybody wearing uniform. Even just now my director's son came, he is wearing uniform. All wears the uniform. And I created that the Layam way is one family. So this journey has been very difficult. Present people are not very keen. Why should I wear uniform? Why should I do? So we had to go counseling, tell them why you do all this. But we face so many ups and downs. It's not see that we had a cakewalk. But the only thing I never left that, okay, be done. Why should I go further? I said no. So I kept my stride on. And there were some hiccups. And in any business, you will have hiccups. You can't have an easy growth. Now, you just imagine my experience of 70s, 80s, 90s, now 2000. I'm actually all gens I am crossing. Correct?
Yes.
Virtually, I am crossing all your gens. So now, we are also trying to adapt to change. We cannot be with the old school of thought. We are getting into AI, artificial intelligence. We are getting into digitalization. We are trying to be a Roman in Rome. We cannot be living in the paradise now. So we have tried to bring some kind of those growth, business growth, changes, etc. is happening. So every day is a learning. Honestly, I can't live in the past and talk of future.
Of course.
So I have to be of future. So I have to remain in future. So we are trying to adapt ourselves and growing with a very systematic growth, structured systematic growth. We are not in any kind of hurriness. Today also I am telling, and we are not in a hurry to be, do something great and make a big noise in the market. No. You will not find too much of noise of Layam in your social media also. Yes. We are very silent operator. I always believed our performance should speak. Why should we make noise? The performance should speak and people should call. I said, you wait. They used to say, why? I said, no. You wait. One day you will be successful. So patience has paid. I remember I was working in Tata's. I had a good fortune to see in our, town hall talk also where our JRD, Tata was there, then others. One time one person asked questions, so there are many big wigs who are managing to get license, other things by different way. Why Tata is always maintaining high degree of, cleanliness and social. He said, without doing, we have become so big. Why you are getting desperate? Wait, you'll achieve what you want. So that inherent strength to maintain that level of, purity was something which I learned that it takes time. It is painful. It's not so easy, but that you'll find all are making big noises. I am sitting. But this is permanent. We are able to maintain the sustainability. They are also achievers. I don't want to criticize anyone, but they are adapting their style. My style is to maintain straight line method without any deviations in the principles. So it's a value addition. So you can call it my experience with Tatas with regard to inherent values system and with Hyundai Koreans with a high degree of aggression. So I am a combination of both. Value with aggression as the Layam. I am that combination.
Your work has always had a strong focus on people. How did that become such an important part of your approach?
See, I always believed that in this room, if all people are sitting, if nobody is there, it is a room.
Yeah.
You can name it a company, but there is no energy, there is no life. You talk anything, you do anything, even if you talk of AI today, but somebody has to create AI.
Of course.
So you cannot get out of human being. You may reduce their intervention, but you cannot get out of that. I always felt that the human mind and the human hand, the dexterity, is the only solution for everything. Nothing else. All other things is a process. All other things are frills. If you don't value your people, if you don't give importance to your employees, the people who are working for you, I always tell my corporate office, they are working in the heat plant. You are sitting in air condition, having everything. Imagine, you can sit and talk so much, but they are earning, you are enjoying.
Right.
It may be a very revolutionary statement. At times, many people don't like my statement. But there's a hard reality. You can't negate or neglect that point. You have to respect those things. I always believed that human and humane, 2H, and another 2H is head and heart.
Yeah.
These 4H will make your life sensible. You cannot put everything into your heart as a garbage bin. Heart is, you give to heart only 1%, no? Very selectively. But head is for filtering, so use your head. So these 4H will give you another 2H. What do you know? Happiness or hurt.
Right.
Either you become happy or you get hurt. So the H series, if you really understand, so if you all together is a human. So I am a people-centric person. I believe in that strongly.
So, sir, over the course of your corporate journey and your entrepreneurial journey, you have seen the workforce landscape change. So, what are some of the biggest changes that you have noticed?
See, like I told you now, I went through the past to present. We went conventional. Then globalization came. Then there were in the globalization, automation came. After automation, now AI is trying to come. So there is a total transit, But we cannot avoid human. I said you have to either upskill them or make them ready for the future or create a new mindset. So our major role, I always believe in one thing, anyone or joining an organization of mine or any organization, he believes who is the leader. Like you have an election, you search a leader.
Yeah.
In a company, you say, who is the leader? Who, okay, he is quite strong. Company will be strong. You know?
Right.
So, the leader's responsibility is to make sure that the people whom they hire to retain them is his responsibility. People say, they used to say we used to reduce the manpower, we should do. I said, why? Then you plan. Why you could not plan? So in a lighter vein, I used to say chief executive officer, chief emotional officer, chief empathetic officer, So the CEO is a if you really fragment it, is a combination of all. So the journey of, again I am telling, it is hard to emotions, that you must able to protect the resource because of whom you are surviving,
Yeah.
So now, the problem is what is happening, the past resource wanted to survive. So they used to struggle.
Yeah.
Then the resource trying to, he wants success. He doesn't want to, the survival mode is over. Darwin's theory is over. Now success mode is running. In success mode, he has options. When he has options, you have a problem. Because your people have too many options and he is not ready with you. Even if you give, he says, no, I want to go there. So you struggle what to do. So today, mindset change is happening in the workforce. They are trying to be, and for them, because of globalization, because of technology advancement, growth has happened, opportunities are too many.
Yeah.
In the past, we used to have a very limited industries. Today, you have so many industries. You walk out, there are so many. You want this door, you can go that door.
Yeah.
Previously we used to apply and wait for the, reply. Today you have options. So the total workforce design has changed. The thought process has changed. Like I said, I have gone through all gens now. And now we have to adapt to what they are thinking. Now, how we can manage, that is our ability. If you want to be called as a leader, you must either create new leaders or must have followers. You cannot be isolated leader. No? Either you create more leaders or you should have followers. Today, both front and back is slightly in trouble. And the leader is stuck. Which side to bend, how to get into it. But there is realignment is required to create both, I feel. And that needs a real intervention. You have to be intellectually competent. You have to understand. You should be environmentally sensitive to understand what's going on, the dynamics, the detailing. We avoid detailing nowadays. Nowadays, the classic part, anything you ask, either you go to Google or to ChatGPT. No?
Right.
Sometimes in the past, when we used to draft letters, we used to show it to our boss, they say, excellent. Suddenly I found my juniors are drafting such a fantastic letters. I said, from there overnight you have become. And finally he says, sir, chat GPT I did. That also is ready-made for you. Correct? So where is the application? Where is the application of mine? Everything either Google speaks or Chat GPT speaks or one more app will speak. So you have to get tuned to this new kind of environment. Honestly, I don't know. Maybe I'm an old school of thought. God knows where we are going to head ourselves. I don't know. And very honestly, even after having so much of experience, I am not able to visualize how far we can reach on these. Obviously, these are all tools, but they have become life.
Yes.
They are no more tools. They have become life. If I talk now, they immediately chat GPT, they will recording, take out the minutes. Everything goes so quick. So the person who is not doing anything, he is just switching on the chat GPT. you know. So that is the change has happened. So we have to get ready for the change and try to see how to adapt.
Okay. Sir, even today, if we see around ourselves, there is a lot of untapped talent in the country. Why do you think that gap is still there?
Because we have never tried to reach out to them. Very honestly, we have never tried to reach out to them. We have, I can put myself, I don't want to talk about, we are selfish in our own way. When we need, we go there. Otherwise, we just don't bother about that. Correct? Now only the government of India, they have tried to upskilling everything. But have we really reached the entire India? No. If you really see the entire India, many of the villages, townships, institutions, they are isolated. They don't know. That's why I have told my team, spread yourself to nook and corner of this country. Try to, that's why, I am working from Arunachal Pradesh to Kerala, the West Bengal to Gujarat. Every state my activity happens. I said, get 10. You don't have to, yeah, but reach out. Now, where is the process to really resource mobilization, tapping them properly? We are now working on need-based.
Yeah.
See, the concept of skilling, etc., is happening because of a trend.
Mm.
Industry per se is only looking for, I need 10, so I will take 10. I don't know what is happening to others.
Mm.
You know?
Yeah.
Even if you say CSR, corporate social responsibility, I don't know how far the CSR has really reached out to the whole country in a true sense. We are only positioning ourselves in CSR. We are not really genuinely working for CSR to give the opportunity to them.
Right.
So India is a vast country, it's an ocean. To understand India, you need another life. It's not so easy. So much to do, I'll tell you, in this country. I'm happy the government is doing, but still the whole system has to resonate along with the system, which will take time. I think slowly that change will come.
So, from your experience, what do organizations often get wrong when it comes to managing people?
The most important thing, if you don't understand your people, you get wrong over there. And the foundation of any relationship is trust. If both the sides are not ready to build trust to each other, it will go wrong. And the word trust is only coin which is a foundation of success. And as I said, I should not say the ego becomes a major player to damage this system.
Yeah.
So when our ego gets stripped, we forget the genuine thing. It is more to satisfy our ego we do things. So obviously the organization will go wrong when they don't understand. I always say each leader's manager should go through journey of their discovering themselves and try to translate what is their vision in the organization and create that line, And if they do that, there will be no problem. If you really take a study, majority of the issues happening is of misunderstanding. There is nowhere you say that this has happened because even if we have never tried to communicate, keep communication on, build trust, rapport, then everything is successful. Why organization, home also, in the society, everywhere. It's a trust which plays a very important role. That's why I say honesty in relationship. I coined this in my mind very young, when I was young, because if you remain honest, nothing is going to disturb you. Only thing, some may not like it, but at least you be straight. But this is the thing, So I feel the top down or bottom up, there should be a very clear channel of communication, trust, and clear, defined transparency. An ego should be allowed for a positive purpose, not for negative purpose. No management, any organization will be successful.
You are often described as a people-centric leader. So how does that look and what does it mean in your day-to-day life?
See, the most important is sensitivity.
Yeah.
You can be only people-centric if you are sensitive towards others. Otherwise, you can't call as a people-centric leader. Most important, you should be environmentally sensitive. Where you are there, you should be very sensitive about environment. Second, you should be people sensitivity, to understand them, their problems. Virtually, if you really see nowadays, the word empathy is vanishing.
Yeah.
It is gone. One time we used to say, keep yourself in other shoes. Nowadays we are searching shoes. So we are not empathetic towards others. We just don't want to understand others because we have our own mandate. So until unless, empathy, sympathy, and compassion, to be compassionate, these three is not there, you can't be sensitive to anybody.
Right.
If somebody gets hurt, you'll say, Acha, okay, fine. Okay, you'll go and give a bouquet and come back. Your job is over. That's it. Now, today, see, my branch head, I came, so he was coming in a hurry in Sikandarpur. There is there one, he was hit by a vehicle. His hip got fractured. So immediately, first I sent the vehicle, got him hospitalized. His operation is going on. So I can say, okay, go and see. Why should I bother? I have come here. No. So we have to be sensitive towards him. That I spoke to their family, said, don't worry, we'll take care. So we have become, in some of the things, we have become too rule-oriented.
Yeah.
This rule doesn't permit. I will not give you. I am not bothered what is happening to him. So that is the only problem. In a younger days, one small incident, when you walk inside the office or inside the plant as a boss, you always expect what everybody should wish you.
Yeah.
Say good morning, sir, or you would like to be, the biggest word which is always troubles us, we want to be wanted. Are you understanding we always want to be wanted. Okay. If you're walking inside the office and one person does not wish you, I used to tell people, the person who wished you nicely and the person who has not wished you comes for a leave, whom you will like to give leave? Obviously, the person who did not wish you, you will show all your, I am watching you, I have been observing you. But when you go in detailing, maybe his mother is sick or his wife is sick, he is under stress. But we never try to understand. Here my ego is stripped, so I try to massage my ego by giving him all sorts of sermons.
Yeah.
The other fellow who has wished me nicely, I sign. I have good, you are doing good job, take leave. That is human behavior. Everybody would not like to talk straight like what I am telling. They will say, no, we are very straight. No. And that is the thing which is missing link in the system. Whether sensitivity towards others. That is most important.
As we move towards the final part of our conversation, I would like to know what lies ahead for you and the organization in the future.
Layam actually has a vision. I'm looking forward to be the one-stop shop solution provider for an industry. An industry which has any kind of issues, they should look for Layam. And Layam will become the extended arm. Of course, it's not easy, but still, my vision is very clear that we will be able to give solutions for all aspects of running a manufacturing, engineering, auto industries. including research development, all aspects is a future plan. That's why I said I have been planning now and constructing a corporate office in Chennai. About 27,000 square foot is a 5 floor. We'll be creating research centers plus operations and etc.
Yeah.
So it will be, land will become a matter of choice for industry. Like we used to have once in TV owner's choice, like that it will become the industry's people choice in future. But it has also to graduate itself to that level. It is not that it can happen tomorrow. But I have a very clear-cut vision that it will stand tall in future as a part of B2B organization to be known in the industrial circle.
And how do you see technology shaping the kind of work that you do?
Obviously, now slowly, technology is creeping in inside slowly like a slow poisoning effect. But we have to learn this change. We have to learn and try to, create. See, our aim should be, we should not dump.
Yeah.
We should create a sustainability model for the people, resources who are with us. This coming years are going to be a very, very testing period for all of us because we have to counsel, educate, make them to adapt to the new change, make them ready for the future.
Yeah.
So this is going to be interesting because I always feel the technology of any nature, where you talk of AI or anything you call it, is a tool.
Yeah.
Now, how best we make use of tool for the reference of our resources of the country is the ownership of the leaders. That is my thought process. So we should be morally responsible to see to it that our resources are not getting wasted because of these sudden tools.
Yeah.
We should try to rehab them, try to make them ready for the future.
So, sir, if you look back at your journey, what has been the most satisfying part of it?
The most satisfying part of my journey has been giving happiness, sharing happiness. Beyond that, I have no interest. I have told you
Yeah.
that if I am able to share happiness, I always say concern, care, and cure. We should. So that is the most satisfying thing. And that gives me the $1 billion earning. Not in money, that happiness, that feeling. So the underlying word is the sensitivity, feeling, and happiness which you create for others' mind is the most satisfying. Other things, of course, it happens. Even if you don't want, it will happen. No?
Yeah.
So I feel that is the only thing. If we keep that intent, all other things will fall into place.
So, in your journey, and that has been very successful, who or what has kept you grounded?
Very difficult question you are asking. Who is a very, obviously, very honestly, if you want to ask me, to start with my belief with the God and my family, who always been very supportive, and also the trust which I built and which has responded to that trust has kept me on the ground. It has not allowed me to shake. If you give affection, you will get back the affection.
Right.
And that getting back that affection keeps you. I always say it is an indirect form of blessings which you get from others.
Yeah.
In Hindi they say किसी की आह नहीं लेनी चाहिए.
Yeah.
See, if you are able to get the good feeling for others, उससे बड़ा blessings और कुछ there is nothing. I personally feel. Because I always believed in that till now. Now I have actually played all the innings, so I have no worry, no axe to grind. So I believe that this has been a very strong conviction, and Not easy to say, but I believed it. I struggled. I maintained it. I didn't slip out of this.
Yeah.
And that has helped me to keep myself absolutely grounded.
Sir, based on your vast experience and expertise, what advice would you give to young professionals starting their careers today?
See, I personally feel for all young professionals, the most important thing which I would like to tell them, first know yourself well. The problem with our present generation is that they imagine so much, nothing wrong. They are very ambitious, nothing wrong, but they should know whether they can reach or not. And if they have to reach, they have to work on it.
Yeah.
You know? So the first step is that work on yourself, plan your career. You know, when I was 21, I decided at the age of 50, I'll reach there. I created my own goalpost. That diary is still there, which I wrote. And I planned. And first I went forward, then did backward integration and start planning. So I should be very clear, what do I want? But today I want to do this also. Acha, this is nice. I will do this also. I will do this. It's not possible.
Yes.
You know, you become a jack of all trades, master of none. Money will come. Everybody earns money. You know,
Right.
that is not called success. Actually, the success word has to be now changed to achievement.
Yeah.
What is your achievement? What have you achieved in life? You know? So, I would request them that first understand yourself well. Try to be very clear what you want to do. Because majority of them, I happen to be meeting them and I do counseling. They said, I am very confused, sir. Everybody says, I am very confused, sir. You know? That's a very easy way they tell. I'm very confused. So I used to say, okay, do SWOT. Try to be honest to yourself. Don't try to create a, imaginary SWOT analysis.
Yeah.
So if they really work on themselves and start working for what they want to look for, their life will be peaceful. And second thing I would request that they should not become impulsive. Don't compare yourself with anybody. That is my way of thinking. Many people say, no, that is wrong. I say, see, you look at others and feeling bad. Instead of that, you do what you want. You want to go in a mark on it, who has stopped you? But you can't see his Mercedes and feel bad and say, why me, kind of a syndrome. That's not right. Correct?
Right.
So you plan. Who has stopped you? Buy a helicopter, chopper. Who has stopped you? But nobody they want easy way of getting things. Very easy way if they get happy. And third thing, which obviously many may not agree, try maximum not to take loan. I know.
Yeah.
I always believe the loan is a dangerous thing in life. Easy way to get thing and you struggle of paying it back.
Yeah.
And then you make a life miserable. So I always tell my people, earn, then spend. Earn in a right way. Not that go to bank, collect 20 lakhs, go to, what do you call, for a holiday, come back and cry. How to pay 20 lakhs, So I say, that's my personal. I would not like anyone to take it. But I personally feel, as far as possible, avoid loans.
Nowadays, taking loan is so easy. For a few
Yeah.
people are taking loans that we will pay over 6
You
months.
just see the entire country population have been made. They have become an indirect form of slavery, I call it. If you have taken loan, you are finished. You are mortgaged.
Yeah.
For buying phone loan, for everything loan.
Right.
Once you have taken loan, to that extent, you are mortgaged, no? You cannot get out.
Yeah.
So once you are mortgaged, your mind is not ready to think other things. You are more interested in EMI.
Yeah.
So your life goes on EMI. By the time you finish that EMI, other EMI starts. So where are you spending time for yourself, yeah? You know? Yeah. Olden days, money lending was a crime, we used to say. This is a professional money lending business, no?
Yeah.
Huh? People are, I have never seen any individual who says, sir, I have no loan, I am keep back. You know?
Yeah.
In my company, I always instruct, no, avoid loan, no private equity. I'm not against private equity, but no. What I can do beyond that, I will earn and do. There is no point I will get and do.
Yeah.
You know? So my sincere request, don't be impulsive looking at others. Because you forget that after taking that, how much you go through the trauma of repaying those loans, you enjoy a few seconds and suffer for so many hours. Doesn't make sense. That's my purely personal submission, that avoid thing which is not controllable. You are very competent. Life is very beautiful. God has given you a chance to prove yourself. Believe in yourself, most important, and do what you can. Don't try to do what you can't, because that's not going to help us.
Okay, so we are down to our final question for this podcast. What would you say to those who want to build something of their own?
See, even if you want to start any kind of business, first submission. See, nowadays, I'm a startup has become a fad. You find so many startups.
Yeah.
First, understand the thing what you are going to start. Correct? If you want to start X industry, go into detailing, understand that industry, its nonsense, and then try to do. Don't try to do because it is easy to do. I can make money so fast. No. So my submission, first thing, detailing. If you want to do business, do detailing about your project. Understand. And again, I am repeating the same statement. Control your intellect, emotion, and earning through that. If you have a control on all these three, sustainability will be there. If you overdo, you are in trouble. That's a simple thing I believed. So I practice. I'm still practicing that. Many people call me, you are too miser, you don't easily give away. I said, no, why? I always believe in one thing. If I want to travel, I want to travel. I don't have to travel to show others that I am traveling.
Yes.
Correct? Right? So if I am very busy showing others that I am traveling in a business class, doesn't make any sense, I say. Because your mind is more interested who is looking at me. I am sitting in business class. So you're not enjoying the business class, no?
Yeah.
Huh? So you want to go in business class? Enjoy. Why are you bothered who is looking and who is not looking? So I always believe, don't look at others. Don't compare. Don't see what they are looking at you, what they are thinking about you. I personally feel if I am worrying about what others are thinking of me, that means I don't know what I am. If I know what I am, I don't have to worry about what others has to think about me.
Right.
Am I right? So I strongly believe what I am. So I enjoy. So I personally believe that anything you want to do what it is controllable to you. Don't try to do something which is beyond your control.
Yeah.
Yes, you can be aggressive, you can be ambitious, put effort. All those are control factor. But something becoming impulsive, doing something beyond, and then crying is called uncontrollable factors.
Yeah.
So that should be avoided. That's my small submission. I have also grown step by step. I'm not a businessman. After professional career, this is my second innings. So I don't call myself as a businessman that I have tons of money behind. No, I went step by step. So these are all learning process what we had.
Thank you so much, sir, for joining us today and sharing your perspective with us. It has been a enlightening conversation, to say the least. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks a lot. Thank you so much.